Hi, I'm Matt.
Hey there, I'm Bianca.
And we're from Club Sapphire, and this is exciting. We're actually here on a Sunday night, and we're going to do something we haven't done here at Sapphire before.
I know.
We are going to be doing a...
Speed dating.
Speed dating, thank you. Sorry, I'm excited
He's so
about
excited he can't even remember what it's called.
Yeah, we did speed dating once years ago on a lifestyle cruise.
Right.
And it was amazing.
So much fun.
It is like one of the best ways we've ever seen to meet quantity of people.
Absolutely.
Because there's some people that like you might, when you're at a club or you're at a house party or whatever it might be, there might be some people that you see and you're like, they're hot, but then you just never have a conversation, or they're on the other side of the room, or you don't notice them because there's 200 people there, that type of thing. Where if you do a speed dating event, you come and you basically, that just goes through, you as a couple are sitting there and it just kind of goes through all the other couples, and you get to meet everybody, and I don't know what the rules are here, if it's 30 seconds or 2 minutes or whatever. We'll find that out. Yeah. So, because we're not in charge of it, we just get to come and enjoy it and have fun. But we heard that the last time that they did that here, there were just a ton of people that showed up. So, which is cool, because Sunday night at a club, it's amazing that they can get a lot we to come to a lifestyle club on a Sunday, but they do. People like it here.
Sapphire is awesome.
That's right. So we had a question that came up, and I figured that you would be the perfect person to respond to this.
I would be the perfect person.
So someone had asked, when having sex, when giving a blowjob, what are some alternatives to swallowing? Now, why do you suppose that you would be the expert on that question?
Probably because it's very well known that I don't.
You don't.
I don't swallow.
Right. Well, why is that?
Because I just don't like the texture in my mouth. It actually makes me gag.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure that isn't really very sexy.
No.
Like,
well, when you put it like that, no. Yeah. But I've watched. I've seen a lot of porn where someone's gagging on a cock because of the size of it, and that's kind of hot.
Yeah.
But I think that it's a little bit different that way.
It's different.
Yeah. So, okay, so you don't like it because of the consistency.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just trying to being that we've been in the lifestyle a while, and I would say that I've had many blowjobs from many different women, and I wowould say that probably more often than not, women swallow.
Well, I know I have before.
Okay.
But I think it's situational, depending on where you were at.
So now you won't swallow mine. Is that?
I'm not saying I wouldn't swallow yours. I'm saying it depends on the situation. Like, once I gave a guy a blowjob in a car. Mm-hmm. What are you going to do with it at that point when you're done? Like, you have to swallow.
Sure.
We were driving. We weren't stopped.
Okay. Which is safety first.
I did have someone tell me that maybe they would keep like a little spit cup in the car for me. I think that like he was thinking that she would do it more often if she had like
sure.
a spit cup.
She didn't have to swallow. No, that's
right.
That's actually very smart of thinking on his part. Is the fact that he would be like, no, whatever it takes to get her to do it more. It's actually fair. Why have we not had this conversation before? Because I'm gonna do that now. That is a really. See, I learned stuff from these videos too. That's good. Okay,
yeah.
So now.
So then there was the one time that I did it, and I didn't know what to do. This is actually one of the first times that I was in the situation of giving someone a blowjob and they finished, and I didn't think to say, or I didn't know, because we were so new at this time that I didn't know what the rules were, like what to do or whatever. And so. Like, as far as, like, he came in my mouth, what do I do? Like, what do I do? Like, I didn't know. I was so new at this experience.
At blowjobs or at
lifestyle stuff? At lifestyle blowjobs.
Lifestyle blowjobs.
Like, with you, it's like, I'm just going to be like, and, like, go to the bathroom and take care of it.
Sure. Okay.
But with this other person, it's like, what's the etiquette? I didn't know. Okay. So I kept it in my mouth and just didn't really talk a whole lot. And then I grabbed my drink and spit it into my cup. And then had a death grip on my cup. Like, I didn't want to put it down and have someone accidentally drink out of it.
Oh.
So, and then I emptied it in the bathroom and I took care of it.
Okay. All right.
Well, what?
No, that's good. No, I think that's better than...
I didn't want to insult or be rude or whatever by leaving, because I just didn't know. Is that okay to just leave the room and go to the bathroom? Now I know that would be totally fine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If the guy's come already, he doesn't care.
Right.
By the time you get back, he's asleep anyway.
I think it was more of like I just didn't want to insult him or something because we didn't have a conversation. I think, and so normally guys, we have the conversation beforehand, or like it's so rare, honestly, that I encounter a guy that wants to come in my mouth. Like,
like actually finish.
Sex.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so it's not, it's really uncommon for me to even run into this situation. But I know sometimes you're just in a situation where you just want to give a guy a blowjob or whatever, and so at that point you need to figure out a plan B if you don't swallow.
Okay.
And they could be, first off, just letting him know, and I have no problem saying that, like, I'll give you a blowjob, but don't, like, you need to warn me before you're going to come, because you cannot come in my mouth.
And how should he warn you? Should he tap on your head, or?
No, I mean, I guess, but no, most guys will tell me, I'm coming, I'm going to come, which is hot in itself.
Sure, okay.
Like, tell me that you're coming so I can move out of the way.
Okay. You can move out of the way.
Yeah. Sometimes if we're in a situation, like if you're in a situation where you don't know what to do, like you don't want to make a big mess or whatever, like you can let it go in your mouth and then maybe use a towel to spit it out.
Okay.
Or again, excuse yourself.
Sure.
Go to the bathroom and take care of it yourself.
Okay. Because I think from a guy's perspective, yeah, you're right in the sense that I definitely, I mean, I could probably count on one or two hands how many times in the lifestyle I've actually finished receiving oral, because usually, you move on. That's kind of a starting point, and you usually move on from there. But there have definitely been times.
Well,
last time we were in Jamaica, I remember being on the side of the pool, and someone came up and just gave me a blowjob and just kept going until I was done, and we didn't make a mess. So that's...
Well, and I think sometimes, too, if you're in a group situation, you're playing, and the woman's already come, and maybe she's just, like, tired, and at that point, like, she might switch over to give you a blowjob so that you can finish, and she can have a rest. Her vagina's on fire, smoking, whatever. And so you can finish, and then at that point, you have to decide, okay, my goal is to make him finish. What do I want out of this? Whether I want him to come or not. And you can say, I'm going to give you a blowjob so you can come, but please don't come in my mouth. Let me know so I can take care of that. Or you can let him come in your mouth and just dispose of it.
Okay. And are there any other ways that someone could come and to not be a spit or swallow situation? Well, for example, coming on you.
Oh, yeah, that's another one too. Yeah.
That's a good one.
I've definitely had guys do that to me before too, where they aren't going to come in you, so they come on you, and they like come on your stomach or whatever. But I think that if you're a man and you're going to go that route, that it should be discussed first. Like, don't just come on her face.
Okay. Sure.
Have that conversation. And my experience, they did ask my permission first. Before
even the blowjob started, or it was, a few seconds beforehand, I'm going to come, can I come on your face or on your tits or whatever?
Oh, no, it was a few seconds beforehand.
Okay.
It wasn't like, there was no negotiation. Because sometimes
it was like, you've got 5 seconds to decide. It's going somewhere.
Here's the thing, is like when you're... when you're getting down and like you're getting ready to fuck or whatever you're doing, you're not going to necessarily sit there and have like, okay, well, hold on, put on the brakes before we start. Let's go down the list of do's and don'ts. Okay. Because you don't know what's going to come up.
Sure.
Like, you don't know for sure that he's not going to come in the condom in you or whatever. You don't necessarily know unless you've got it plotted out, I guess. But I don't know anybody really that does have, okay, I'm going to do this, and this, how he's going to come or whatever. So I think just open communication with your partner when you're in the middle of it is fine. That, we were... Yeah, I mean, it was fine that he was like, I'm going to come. Can I come on your stomach or whatever?
Okay. Now, does that do anything for you, receiving it that way? Or on your anywhere?
Well, with this person, it did. It was hot. Okay. I don't know if it would be with anybody. It was, it was hot. But it wasn't, it was my stomach.
It was your stomach, okay.
Yeah.
But it wasn't from an oral situation, it was from sex.
Yeah.
And then he took the condom off and then, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's. I mean, I guess for my own preference in lifestyle, where you're wearing a condom, that yes, I would. I guess I would probably prefer that too. If I were to come, that I could make a nice show of it.
Yeah. I can see you. Yeah, watch out, ladies. It's a fire hose.
Thank you. I try to be. I try. It's good to have goals.
No, but I mean, I think everybody's different. There's no one right answer. Everybody's going to be different as to whether, like, I personally would never ever want it on my face. I don't like it on my face.
Yeah, I vaguely remember. Although it's been a long time. Like I got in your eye once.
In my ear.
In your ear.
I think you've actually gotten it in my eye,
yeah,
too.
I'm pretty sure I
yeah.
did. But it would have been 20 years ago or something like that. I mean,
I don't think it was that long ago.
Okay. To you, it was yesterday.
Yeah, but I mean, for me, it's like I don't want it in my hair. I don't want it on my face. Like, I don't want to mess up my makeup it's just not my thing. It's I'm sure I know there's women out there that want it anywhere you want to put it.
Sure.
So I prefer not to have it on my boobs. I don't know why.
Really?
Yeah, it's like I'd rather. I mean, the stomach is a nice. I think for me, when a guy comes on me, for me, it's hotter on the stomach than on the boobs.
Interesting.
To me, it does nothing for me, but on the stomach, it does.
Huh.
I don't know what it is.
Huh. See, because
I know you would prefer to come on my boobs.
I think most guys would.
Well,
I mean, I don't know.
This one guy didn't.
I don't know most guys, but I'm just. Well, I guess that would also be a positional thing too. If you're lying on your back and I'm having sex with you, and I'm going to come somewhere, the odds are your stomach is closer than your
or
tits
your back
are.
if you're fucking her from behind.
Sure, exactly. But from a blowjob's perspective, I mean, if you were kneeling down in front of me, giving me a blowjob, then and I was going to go anywhere, yes, the tits especially, large, enjoyable tits like your own, would be a place that I would want to do that. Yeah, so okay, and probably a lot of people here. Actually, here's something for the comments. Where would you like to blow your load on Bianca? No. Comment below.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, no.
For you to monitor.
Oh yeah, I probably just opened a can of worms with that one.
You think?
All right, what else we have? Okay. Now, someone else had asked, is it okay for a man to masturbate while his wife is having sex with another man?
Okay.
To masturbate while watching them, basically.
So are they the only? Does it matter if they're the only people in the room, or an open, at Sapphire, kind of open big room play area?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, it would be definitely different in those situations.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's start with if you were at Sapphire, okay, and you were in a playroom, and the husband is, I guess it would be the three people in that situation. The wife is having sex with another man. Would that be okay?
And there are other people in the room? Playroom?
Yes, but I mean, still following the rules of a guy being not being by himself and all that kind of stuff. I mean, the three of them go into a room, and the husband is just kind of sitting back and just watching.
I think it's situational. I think that's something that needs to be discussed beforehand.
Okay.
I think that. Honestly, I think if you were coming to a club like Sapphire and this was the goal, or you think it might go that way, because that's something that he enjoys doing, I think that it might be a smart idea to just let the monitors know.
Okay.
So that they don't interrupt you. Because they might think that it's just, if they don't know you and they don't know what's going on, they may just think that it's some single guy that's just
masturbating in a corner.
Yeah. So sure. I think, I mean, having a little bit of, if you're in a situation where there are people around, and it's not just the three of you in an area, I think it's just smart to let someone know that this is the fantasy that you're fulfilling, this is what you want to do. Just because who wants to be interrupted in the middle of it where, they come up to the guy and they're like, you need to leave. And he's like, no, that's my wife. And they're like, no, you need to leave. Or now they're going to go over and interrupt the wife and the person that she's with and be like, is he with you? And then who else in the room is now getting interrupted? And then it's like everybody's talking about, thinking about, the whole mood is just interrupted. Okay. It's just ruined. So I would say, if that is your fantasy, and it's been discussed between the three of you that this is going to happen, there's nothing wrong with that. That's what your scene is. Okay. So have at it and have fun, but think ahead, I think, choose a private room or let someone know, because the room monitors are really cool. They're going to be like, yeah, that's fine, go for it.
Right.
Or if it's not okay with the room that you've chosen, maybe they'll say, hey, would you mind doing it in this other area?
Okay.
Because you'll have more privacy in there.
All right, so now let's say from this scenario that it was husband and wife and a single guy, okay, that they brought into this scene.
Mm-hmm.
And is it something that they need to ask the guy, or just flat out tell the guy this is what we're going to be doing? And
I don't understand what you mean.
And he has to accept that or not.
The husband and wife are having sex?
No, the husband and wife. The husband wants to sit and watch and masturbate to them, and they start talking to a guy.
I think it's just polite to tell him what your scene is. I mean,
well, sure.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I mean, we're all here for fun and to enjoy everybody's bodies and company and that. Mm-hmm. And that honesty and openness is something that we preach quite often.
Sure.
And why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you be open and honest with someone about your scene? I think that that's almost like wrong to not be honest with someone about your scene.
Okay.
If you're doing something that's out of the ordinary or whatever. I mean, if you're having just a regular MFM and he's a part of it, fine. But once that husband or whoever steps away, the scene has now changed. And it's not even fair to the other person, I think, that the third party male to not know, by the way, it's just going to be the two of us. He's going to watch, you know, because then he might be like, maybe he can't perform because he's like, oh, fuck, what's going to happen? Is this guy going to beat me up? Like, what's, you know, like his whole thought process and everything, his enjoyment now goes down because he's got this other thing going on in his head. Maybe not. Maybe he just is like pound down and like just go for it. Like he doesn't even think about it. But I don't know. I would think that most men, I don't know, I would just think that men would think, because I guess I would, if I was in a situation and it all of a sudden changed and I wasn't aware of what was going to change, that I would worry and be like, wait, I'm now taken out of this situation and having to think about something else. And that's not really right or fair to that third person.
Sure. Okay.
So I think as long as you're open and communicate with everybody involved, and you know, when you find your single male and you're like, hey, okay, so this is the scene that we want to create, are you okay with that? Because you know what, he may not be okay with that, and it's not all right to put that person into a situation that they're not comfortable with.
Sure.
You can put a man into a situation where it just, you know, we preach so much that you got to make sure the women are comfortable and all that kind of stuff. Why not make sure everybody is comfortable?
Right.
Why even put a man into that situation where he could be uncomfortable? You know, I think sometimes single guys or whatever get a bad rap about just being assholes, and they're not. You know, they're out there to enjoy themselves just as much as couples are. And yeah, there's some bad seeds out there, sure, but there are some really cool single guys out there. And you know, like I don't think it's right to not keep them totally in the loop and let them know where you're going with it. So just be respectful of everybody.
Okay. So now you can go have sex with a guy and I'll just sit in the corner and masturbate. Is that right?
As long as we let him know what's going on.
Okay. Perfect.
Because you know what? I want a really good experience.
Sure.
I don't want him to be half-assed going down on me or whatever because he's like looking his other eye over at you like, is the guy okay? What's he going to do? Is he going to start like, is he going to come behind me and fuck me? Like, what's going to happen? Like, no, I want him on his game.
Sure. Would that do anything for you?
What?
If I was sitting in the corner masturbating while you were having sex with another guy?
I don't know. We could try it tonight. No. I don't know. I don't know.
That does nothing for me, but
we've never even had a threesome, so
yeah.
for MFM. So maybe
because I'm horribly jealous. I'm just a horribly jealous person. That's right. That's exactly what it is. And with that, now if you haven't been to Club Sapphire's website recently, you know, they redid it, and it's pretty awesome because there's like a whole social network in the back end. So if you're a member, join that, and it's actually better than anywhere else that you're going to find as far as connecting with the local swinger community. The Seattle Pacific Northwest swinger community is huge, and there is, I mean, in the back, in the membership part of that, I mean, you can post pictures of nakedness and sex acts and all the things that you can't put on normal social network, or that you're concerned about security and all that type of thing that you can do if you go to clubsapphire.net. So definitely check it out if you haven't. Have fun on that website because it's awesome. So definitely do that.
Yeah. And what is that website again?
It's clubsapphire.net.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to check to make sure you knew.
Sure. Yeah, thank you very much.
Hey, I do what I can.
Absolutely. And, of course, when you're on there, check out all the cool events that are coming up and all the fun things to
Lots
do.
of
and
fun things coming up.
dress up and all those fun nights that are coming. So,
Yeah.
and we've got the holidays coming too. So, if you haven't booked like New Year's Eve, you can
start
do
thinking
that.
about that.
Start thinking about it because that is the holiday.
That is the party. Well.
Yeah. That Halloween. So perfect. All right. Anything else you want to say?
No, you look really cute tonight.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very
I
much.
like this sexy new look.
Okay. Well, hey, if it gets me laid, but even by you, I'm perfectly okay with that.
Oh,
so.
we can go fuck.
Oh, okay. Then we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.